It's finally time, everyone, for our 5th class trial! Oh my god, there's so many people dead! And oh my god, there are 5 of you remaining, and this is the 5th class trial! Oh my god, what an amazing event! Boo-hoo-hoo.
Would you just shut up already?
Ooh, someone's a little bouncy.
Rightfully so. We've lost so many people, and you're just joking around about it like it's nothing.
Well, I mean, this is the killing game.
But can I say something? Is it me, or is it getting a little bit more uncomfortable now that there's only 5 of us in here? I mean, look around. I'm starting to see deja vu. There's so many portraits around here. I think I'm starting to see ghosts. I'm not gonna lie, same. I'm starting to see things too.
Well, stop dilly-dallying. Let the class trial commence!
Alright, everyone. The class trial has now commenced. We have to figure out the killer behind not only Morton, Conductor, but also Cole. Well then, now that we're starting, to start off, I believe that there's no need! We've already listed down 2 of our main suspects! What? Already? I'm sorry to say this, but the only 2 possible suspects of being the killer are you and, well, Karen.
Excuse me?
What? Why are we the only possible candidates?
Simple.
You don't think we need to go into massive debates? I'm just saying this right now. We all have alibis from last night, and it can all be covered. That is correct. Me, Tails, and Squirtle all spent the night in Tails' room. He even set up a motion sensor for if we leave, it would sound off. And I made it so the motion sensors couldn't be deactivated until the morning. So there you have it. We have alibis. So that means it's down to either you or Karen. I see. So we're the only suspects, huh?
I hear how all these 5th trials end up being super short, and the amount of suspects keeps dwindling. So, fans, don't be complaining if this trial is short or lacks any of the major events.
Well, we know that already, but how do we decide which one is the culprit? We don't need to, because it's possible they may both be the culprit. Huh? Squirtle, what are you talking about?
Allow me to help your logic.
Huh? Squirtle, what are you doing? Sorry to do so early in the trial, Tails, but there is a way for both of them to actually be the culprit in this case. Or at least for 2 people. Follow my logic, and you'll figure it out. Alright, we're not wasting any time here. We need to finish this killing game now, so I'll follow your logic. Think about it. The 3 of us have been cleared. We can clear each other's alibis. That means we can prove all 3 of us innocent. However, the validity of Karen and the validity of Ludwig's alibis are that of mystery. However, there's something that might confirm that both of them might be the culprit. Well, at least culprits. You know what I'm talking about, right, Tails? It's plain to see. You clearly look at something that was at the crime scene. I agree with that. It pains me to say it, but Twirl is actually right. You both could be the killers. What?
Oh, come on! We haven't gotten a chance to defend ourselves yet.
Well, the problem is there are 3 victims. So that means there's a minimum of 2 killers. Think of it like last time we've had 3 victims. I confirmed that there was only 2 killers. That's right. Len was the black and behind Chili Pepper and Marie. But because of the rule, we couldn't execute him. Because the actual killer behind Toadette was Rin. Yeah. And plus, if Len technically killed Toadette, he would have been executed a long time ago while the trial was starting. Which means, if this is technically the same type of scenario, that means that Conductor, Morton, and Cole might have separate killers. So have at it! Have at it! I'm finally doing something smart at class trial for once! Suck it, Karen!
Well, guess what? Tails ain't the smartest person here yet. So, Ludwig, what do you think?
I'm unfortunately gonna have to agree. the minimum of 2 killers I'm going to have to agree with.
Oh, come on!
But, may I ask something? What makes me believe that you guys are telling the truth about your alibi? Answer that, and then,
You stupid dumbass! If we were the culprits, then why would we just confess that there were 2 killers?
Guess I never thought about that. Okay, well, maybe,
Enough of this! We ain't getting nowhere by you guys accusing us like this. How about we talk about something else?
Unfortunately, Karen's right. Let's stop talking about the culprit for now and talk about the bodies. Herb is correct. We need to decide on who died first.
Huh? Oh yeah. We found all the bodies at the same time.
So that means we have to figure out the killer of the victim that died first. But which one was it? All the times of death were unknown. Well then, how do we decide who dies first? Well, let's go over the status of the bodies and the cause of deaths. Well, let's start with Morton. Morton's cause of death was actually hypothermia. But besides that, he had showed signs of a gunshot on his right leg, or left leg, or whatever leg it was. And he had blunt force trauma on his head. I guess the next person we should discuss about is Conductor. Conductor had a gunshot on his arm, while his cause of death was a stab wound to the chest, which I guess the big stab on his chest proves it. Finally is Cole. Cole's cause of death was a gunshot to the chest, while he had a gunshot on his left or right leg, whichever one it was facing.
So who died first?
Who died first? I think we should discuss about this real quick before we jump to any conclusions. In order to continue this trial safely, we need to figure out who died first.
Morton's cause of death was hypothermia. My stupid brother's was a gunshot to the chest.
And Conductor's was a stab wound to the chest.
Well, this is great. How are we supposed to figure out who died first?
Well, I don't know, honestly. There's nothing I can really use in the right direction to figure out who died first.
No, that's wrong!
Wait a minute, Ludwig. What if there was some evidence that led us into the right direction? Oh, do tell. Herb, Cookie, and I found a bloody screwdriver near the storage room on the basement floor. And what would that have to do with this? It was bloody on the handle, but not on the metal side. Which means it must have been used for an attack of some sorts, but not to kill. So, your point? Think about it. What if Cole or Conductor weren't intended victims? Wait, why them specifically? I mean, think about it. I think I just pushed the dots together right now. If that screwdriver was used for an attack, then there will be signs of bruising and blunt force. Tails, please say who was the only person with blunt force on them. The only person that received blunt force. That person would have to be... It has to be him. The only person that received blunt force trauma was Morton. Yes. So obviously, the killer was intending to attack Morton first. So, they obviously froze Morton first before going after the others. Which means I believe Morton died first.
Morton died first? No way in hell that stupid idiot died first.
I don't want to believe it either, but looking at all the evidence, it looks like Morton was the first one to die.
So unscientific.
Oh, ow. Ludwig, what's wrong? I'm sorry, Tails, but it's impossible for Morton to have died first. Maybe he was attacked first, but that doesn't mean he died first. But there's evidence that proves that Morton died first. I mean, yeah, I'm sorry, but it's just so unscientific. I'm sorry to say this, but you're going down. Morton couldn't have died first. It's completely unscientific and impossible. It's possible if you think of this rationally. Morton was probably the easiest target to kill. I'm not talking about his stupidness. I'm talking about logistics. Why would the culprit gunshot him if they already knocked him out? It's possibly they anticipate Morton to maybe resist, so they shot him after they knocked him out, so just in case he woke up, he wouldn't be able to run away. Alright, but that still doesn't prove the biggest plot point yet. The hypothermia. You can't freeze a person in a few hours. That's impossible. For a human being, yes. But for a reptile like Morton, and with the extra added freezer function, that's wrong. Wait, what? Allow me to cut through those words. See, Ludwig, with all these factors combined, this proves that Morton died first.
Added freezer function, what?
Oh yeah, there was a function called freezer cooler mode.
It even said that it could freeze a person in under an hour.
Combine that with Morton's reptilian genetics, it would mean that, well, Morton would be dead in almost a few minutes. But that's not all. I can prove the gunshot was done before Morton was frozen, because his gunshot on his leg looked like it had been sealed up or something. Like someone applied ice to it. So, if you think about it, the gunshot and the blunt force was done before he was frozen to death. Does that sound right, about right, Ludwig?
I guess you're right. Guess Morton really did die first, despite it being completely unscientific.
Well, now that we got that settled down, what's next?
I think it's best if we think about this rationally. For example, how did Cole and Conductor die?
A stab and a shot. Simple.
No, you dumbass! We're asking why they died!
Exactly. Do you think Cole saw the killing happen? Maybe Cole saw the killer put more in the freezer.
And maybe tried to stop it.
Wait, wouldn't that mean Cole technically died first?
No, not necessarily. Say Cole heard the gunshot, but by the time he went to go investigate, Morton was already dead. So then, once the killer was exiting the basement storage room, they saw Cole shot him in the leg with the gun, and then shot him in the chest, killing him.
But how does Conductor fit into all this?
I mean, let's think about this. Morton and Conductor were pretty close after, Bowser died. It wouldn't be that far-fetched to say Conductor checked on Morton during the night and saw that he was gone.
But that's a bit of a stretch, though. What if someone else told the Conductor that Morton was in trouble? Say the killer went to go see Conductor, told him that Morton was missing, led them to the basement, in which they saw Cole's body. And then they had to force them to stay quiet by killing them.
But wait, that would mean that there would be only one killer.
Shit, I guess you're right.
See, this whole theory just falls apart if you think there are two killers.
It only falls apart if there are two killers. Wait, hold on. What if there's only one killer?
Preposterous. The rule literally forbids for one killer to kill 3 people.
No, I mean, what if the killer forced one of the other people to kill someone?
Huh? What are you talking about, Herb?
Here, I'll use myself as an example. Say I was about to kill Ludwig, but I didn't want to dirty my own hands. So I forced Tails to attack Ludwig to kill him, and then Tails would be considered the blackened, and I would be able to freely kill Tails. And guess what? Another victim.
That would work, but the thing is, it doesn't make sense. The second Blackened would gain no benefit from teaming up, other than, being able to just live with us.
Exactly, it makes no sense.
Well, like I said, what if the second Blackened's already dead?
What? What are you referring to?
You dolts? Fine, sorry I said that. I'll spell it out for you in more simpler terms. I think one of them committed suicide.
What? Huh?
One of them committing suicide. That does seem to be plausible, but which one committed suicide if you're suggesting that?
I think I already know. Think about it. The killer obviously had the gun and the screwdriver prepared for attacking, but there was one weapon there that seemed out of place, that only the person that committed suicide could get, because they had it at them at all times. What is he talking? Wait a minute. Tails, I think you figured it out, right? Who do you think committed suicide?
Exactly.
The suicider is... It's him, isn't it?
It can only be him. The one that Herb is suggesting committed suicide? Conductor. What?
Ludwig, before you start lashing out, let Tails explain.
Gladly. Ludwig, we already confirmed that the gun and the screwdriver were weapons from the beginning, right? Yes. But what about the knife? The knife? Yeah, the knife. It was a kitchen knife, too. Think about it. If we go back to the third case, who was given a kitchen knife? It was... Conductor.
And think about it. Say if the killer did go to Conductor to say that someone attacked Morin, he wouldn't want to go alone. He would want to bring a weapon to at least defend himself.
It's okay. Let me go over what you think happened. After the killer had already killed Morton and Cole, they decided on going to Conductor's room to tell them. However, Conductor brought the knife with them, and once he saw Morton and Cole's bodies, the killer forced him to commit suicide. That way, they would get away with killing 3 people.
Exactly. The suicide rule will make so the person that commits suicide, their own blackened. But if someone forces them to commit suicide, it still counts the person who commits suicide as the blackened.
So how about it, Ludwig? Does this technically count for a way that the killer killed 3 people, but still be only 1 blackened technically? I guess you're right. And I agree with you on this. Conductor would be the one to commit suicide. In logical terms, he's the only one who had the knife, so he's the only one who could have killed himself with the knife. But then why was there a gunshot in his hand? I think that was done after he'd already died. To make us think that he was there the whole time.
But wait, what about the missing gunshot?
There was a missing gunshot?
There was a damaged chair leg and 5 gun bullets missing. We found 4 of them, and we assumed that the 5th one was used on the chair leg in, maybe self-defense, but
we never found the 5th gun bullet.
Ah, I see.
Wait, so does that mean someone might have gotten the gun away from the killer?
Maybe Cole got it. I mean, technically speaking, it was facing right across from him.
Alright, so let's go over what we think could have happened so far. The killer lured out Morton and attacked him with a screwdriver, and then after that, shot him in the leg to prevent him from moving any further in case he woke up. Dragged him down to the basement, put him in the freezer, and then turned the freezer cooler mode on. Within a few minutes, he died. Cole must have heard one of the gunshots and followed said killer to the basement. Once the killer found out Cole was there, he had no choice but to kill them. Cole might have gotten the gun away from the killer at one point, shooting, missing the shot initially. The killer must have gotten the gun back, however, shot Cole in the leg and then in the chest, killing him. After that, the killer lured Conductor down to the basement. Conductor must have grabbed his knife, went down to the basement, saw the bodies, and then the killer must have had Conductor at gunpoint and forced him to commit suicide. Conductor might have had to apply, and then Conductor killed himself. And then the killer shot Conductor in the arm, making us think he was there the whole time. All the killer had left to do was clean up the crime. Eureka! We figured out how the crime was committed!
Yes, but that begs the question. Who could have committed it?
Oh, well, obviously either Ludwig or Karen.
Wait, what did you say?
Sorry, I slipped up on my words. I think he means either Karen or Ludwig.
Well, Tails, we'll listen to your judgment.
What?
Yeah. You choose. Who do you think is the most suspicious out of these 3?
I mean, out of those 2. You're really gonna trust me?
I don't know which one of them could have done it. It could be either of them, but I don't know. Maybe there's something you found that can incriminate one of them even more.
Something I found that could... Okay, guys, I did think I found something that was suspicious, but I don't know if this person's the killer yet. But they have something to explain. The person I think is the most suspicious is... It has to be you, Ludwig. You have some stuff to explain. What? Ludwig?
I knew it was the Beethoven man.
Shut up, Karen. What do you mean I am the most suspicious? Ludwig, care to explain what this is? Oh, God.
Huh? What is that?
It's an e-handbook. Lens e-handbook.
Lens e-handbook? Why the fuck would you have that?
You have no proof that it's mine, or I had it the whole time. Before the class trial started, you dropped it. Oh.
Well, then we got our killer.
Hold on, I'm not saying he's the killer yet. I want him to explain why he had this. Furthermore, I saw Len's dorm room cracked open, meaning someone was in it. Ludwig, was that you that was in Len's room? Alright, I'll tell you everything. I haven't been completely honest, but I thought you would all accuse me as being the culprit. I'll tell you the truth.
What truth?
Alright, hear me out. It all started after Len's death. I decided I wanted to learn more about what Len was up to, so I stole his handbook off of him when he died.
That's why you exited the room last.
Yes, After Monokuma announced the mastermind's motive,
I went into Len's room to study. I wanted to see what the hell he was up to. I found quite a few things. However, I somehow can remember them. Huh? Why?
because during the night, someone attacked me. I do not know why they didn't kill me, but when I awoke, I was in some sort of tube. I couldn't wake up. I bashed against the wall until I bursted through something.
The vent grid.
I guess, yeah, that's where I was. After I busted through there, I saw something in the basement, so I went down to go check. And that is when I discovered the bodies. I'm sorry, I know this might not sound believable, but you have to believe me. I would never kill Morton or force Conductor to kill himself.
I don't know. It could all be a lie. It's definitely not. I don't know. It could be Ludwig. I mean, lying is a part of this killing game.
So that's it. We voted for Ludwig.
No. What? I don't think we should vote for Ludwig. At least not yet. We still need to discuss some stuff. Sure, Ludwig has been cold to us since the beginning of the killing game, but ever since then he's been being more honest with us. Why would he have to lie at this point? Why would he kill his own brother? And if that's the case, if he was the killer, that would mean he's the mastermind, right? Why would he subject his own family to this killing game? When Bowser died, he felt genuine sadness. When Junior died, he felt genuine remorse. I don't know, but... well, it's settled. We can't vote for Ludwig yet.
Tails,
You know what? We said this the old-fashioned way. We split down the middle. Damn it, I can't freaking talk right now. Whatever. You're lucky you said it, or else I'd be kicking your ass. Anyway,
It's time for the scrum debate, everyone. Here's how it'll work. Boing, boing. Go on to this side if you think you should vote for Ludwig. And go on to this side if you think you shouldn't vote for Ludwig yet. Boo, boing.
let's just vote for Ludwig and get done with this.
No, we can't vote for Ludwig yet. There's still some unsolved mysteries we need to figure out.
He said he was in Len's room. That's very suspicious.
Ludwig! I was only in Len's room because I thought I would find some information about him and how we could get out of here. We have no way of proving what Ludwig's saying is true. I got this, but the vent grid was knocked over. Ludwig wouldn't be able to know that if he was the culprit and he was placed in there.
He's probably tricking us to make us think he's not the culprit.
Ludwig, I'm not the culprit, and why would I be tricking you? I have no motive for this.
He was close and more in Conductor, right? So that way he could rule them out easily. I got this.
You can say that about our last remaining suspect, and plus, they would be able to lure out Cole easily too.
This is our answer.
Enough, everyone. We can't vote Ludwig yet. He's not the culprit.
Wait. You said there's another suspect that fits more of the criteria.
But who? I think we all know who it is. Honestly, it's been a long time coming since they were going to do something bad. You know who it is, right, Tails?
Yes. Yes, I do. If we're proving Ludwig innocent, our only possible culprit is her.
It can only be her!
Give it up. Because your reign of terror is over.
Karen. Yes! What?
Oh no, she's the culprit, oh no!
Excuse me? What do you mean I'm the culprit?
Like I said, you're the only one who could be, if we're not counting Ludwig. And more in fact, you would be able to lure out Cole more easily, right? After all, you're brothers and sister. Furthermore, you were quite close with Conductor, though with you arguing with him all the time. So it would be easy for him to get lured out by you as well.
Wait. We're assuming that the killer is the mastermind, correct? So does that mean Karen is the mastermind?
No! What? Come on, guys. Your old friend Karen, really? The mastermind? Then why is Monokuma being a dick to me?
That can all be an act, you realize. You know that, right? Monokuma couldn't just be doing that to make us think that he hates you. In reality, you're
You're his boss.
Wait, so she is technically the manager? Oh, the irony! I'm not the mastermind, guys. Come on. There's no way.
I'm sorry, but there's one more thing that can prove that you're the mastermind. Or at least we're at the crime scene.
What the hell? What does that mean? I ain't the killer. What are you talking about? I'm not the mastermind. I'm calling the manager on you. You're so stupid. You're so stupid. I ain't the killer. What the hell are you talking about? Me? The mastermind? How dare you? Are you saying I'm the boss? I'm the manager? Screw you. I'm calling your manager on you. How do I get this phone after work? You stupid, stupid, stupid. I ain't the manager. I ain't the manager. You stupid. You stupid. You stupid. I ain't the mastermind manager. You stupid. You stupid. You're stupid. You so entitled. I ain't the manager. No, you're the manager. I'm gonna call you. Ooh, you dead. You dead. I ain't the killer. I ain't the mastermind. You lied to me. I'll call my attorney on you. Oh, wait. Are you an attorney since we're in a court trial? Screw you. I hate you. I hate you. I don't mind. I'm stuttering because it's the language. Yeah, I have a medical condition. Yeah, that's what. You the manager. I'm the manager. You the killer. You the killer. I ain't the killer. Why would I kill Conductor? Why would I kill a super fat boy? Why would I kill some motherfucking my brother? Why would I kill him? Why would I kill him? Answer that. Why? Show me your proof. Unless there's photographic evidence, I ain't allowing you to convict me as the mastermind. How dare you? 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 I ain't the killer. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. What? I ain't the killer. So what the are you talking about? Alright, fine then. If I'm the killer, then what proof is there? What proof is there that I ain't the mastermind or I was at the crime scene?
It ends now, Karen.
Excuse me? I'm calling your manager!
If you want to prove that you're innocent, then you allow us to frisk your body and look for that final gun bullet.
Huh? What do you mean?
The gun bullet, the fifth gun bullet was never found, so obviously the killer has it on the person, right? If Karen has the gun bullet on the person, then she's the killer.
Fine, you can frisk me all you want. I have nothing. I know my rights. Oh wait, you can't frisk me, cause you need a warrant. But I can! Hey, let go of me, let go of me!
Well, Mark,
Well, there was nothing on her. See, well, except for this in her shoe.
That's a gun caliber bullet. Karen, you didn't.
Guys, I'm being serious. I'm telling you right now. I don't know how that got in there.
And why should we believe you?
Because we're friends, right? Friends? Friends? I highly doubt that. You don't give a fuck about your brother. You didn't give a fuck about Conductor. You don't give a fuck about any of us. So what makes you think we're friends? Ludwig?
I can't say anything.
Tills?
This is the truth of the case. This crime all started with the culprit getting a screwdriver from the storage room, and after Monokuma gave them their motive for the mastermind to kill. That's when the mastermind chose their target, Morton. Morton was most likely minding his own business, and probably came out of his room to go check on something. Or he was lured out of his room. We don't know for sure yet, but he got out of his room somehow. But unbeknownst to him, the culprit struck, knocking him out with the backhand of the screwdriver. After he was knocked out, they wanted extra insurance, so they tied Morton up with a rope, got the gun that they got with them, and shot him in the leg. After they grabbed everything with them, they dragged Morton to the basement, and then threw Morton in the freezer, and activating the freezer Kuma mode. After that, all they needed was a few minutes. All they needed was a few more minutes, and Morton would be dead. But they need to go to work still. Now that we know the identity of the culprit, this is what I think happened. After Morton was freezing, in which probably when they knocked on the second victim's door, Morton was already dead. Cole, the second victim in this case, came out, wondering what was wrong. When the culprit said to Cole that Morton was in trouble, Cole must have reacted quickly and went to go see, with the culprit in hot pursuit with the gun right behind them. When Cole ran down to the base, the culprit was then ready to shoot Cole. However, Cole, knowing the culprit, probably ducked out of the way instead of actually shooting back like we thought, damaging the chair knee, making the leg damaged. Cole must have been wondering why the culprit was doing this, since they were their own sister. However, the culprit took their aim again and shot Cole's leg, disabling him, making Cole unable to move. And finally, the culprit took the last shot, shooting Cole, killing him. But that wasn't all. Now that the culprit was killed Cole. They need to get more now. After more was out of the freezer, the culprit made a blood trail to make us think that the killing had just recently happened. Placed Morin where we found him this morning, and to make sure his blood was fresh, they hit his head with the screwdriver again. However, the killer didn't clean it up and just left the bloody screwdriver right there. However, the killer had one more thing up their sleeve, and that was to force a suicide. They knocked on Conductor's door, and Conductor answered. Then they told Conductor that Morin was in trouble. However, Conductor wasn't just going unarmed. He grabbed his third motive weapon, a knife, and went to go to the basement. But that's when Conductor fell into the culprit's trap. When Conductor came down to the basement, he saw the bloody massacre that had occurred. That's when the culprit went behind him, must have taken his knife, and forced Conductor to commit suicide. Conductor might not have wanted to, but he had no choice, or else the mastermind was going to kill him. They might have been willing to sacrifice everything if it meant the killing game would continue. So with that, ended Conductor's life. The killer then took the knife out of Conductor, left it there, and took one more gunshot to the arm. So that way it would make it seem like Conductor was there the whole time. However, they did one more unspecified act. They grabbed the body of Len and carved his eyes out with the knife, which probably makes it seem why there was so much blood on that knife. And what the culprit finally did was get up to the ceiling fan and hang Len's body with the rope, creating the massacred scene that was in front of us. That was the truth of the case, and the killer, all he had to do was think a fake alibi. The killer then decided to wait in the dining hall until the morning, once the morning hit, and wait for people to witness them. Oh wait, I forgot one more thing. Most likely, when waiting for the dining hall to open, they probably saw Ludwig go into Len's room. Not wanting to having Ludwig find out anything about the mastermind, they knocked Ludwig out, did something with his memory, and put him into the vent, lock him in there until he would wake up in the morning. And with that now, that's everything the culprit did in this case. And the mastermind and culprit of this case. It can literally only be you. There's no point in denying it. You're the only one that can be the culprit. Only someone so heartless can be the mastermind. Someone who hasn't even cared for us all this time. So, you're the only one who can be the culprit. Karen. The ultimate Karen. You're not only the culprit, but the mastermind behind this case. And that is the truth of this case. You're the mastermind killer, Karen.
Tilted Towers. No. Looney Bin? Harry? Squirtle? Oh, shut the fuck up and let's end this before I have to punch her. Alrighty then. Let's finally end this. Someone's gonna die. Who's it gonna be? Make your votes. Is it gonna be the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? No, this can't be it. And here we go. Who's it gonna be? You've made your results. Let's go. And your choice was incorrect. The Blacken behind this case is not Karen.
What?
No. What? It can literally only be Karen. What the No! No! You're cheating, right? There's no way we got this wrong.
I told you.
I'm the culprit. I'm calling the manager. Wait, then who's the killer then? The killer behind this case is the mastermind, of course, which is not Karen. Who is? Is it Ludwig? Nope. Well, guess what? You'll all die. What? No, I died.
No, I can't die. No.
Tails, what do we do?
Guys, I don't know. No.
Let's give it everything we've got for one last punishment time!